Welcome to One More Game presented by Hoosier Pickleball. I'm your host, Matt Brandenberger, alongside my lovely / grumpy, little grumpy today.
Little grumpy.
This is Abby, and the always joyful, full of glee, Adam Marino, our producer.
I got nothing.
Not grumpy.
How are we doing today, guys?
It's been a great day.
Okay, you keep telling yourself that. So we are the Pickleball Podcast for those who love pickleball, but life be a little crazy. So, Abs, I'm taking it life's been a little cray-cray for you lately?
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like there are times when I just know that my 5 children are actively working against me.
They're conspiring.
They are.
That's what they do at night.
They do.
Yeah.
They've
Secret
had the last
meetings.
couple days off. They're all like, what can we do to make life messier and more chaotic? They're doing a great job at that.
Yeah.
So I just was having a moment when I came in today of like...
Yeah. Okay. Well, don't take it out on our listeners.
I won't.
Be kind.
I never would. You're here to support me.
Right. That's right. You have any good stories for us?
Well, I do have a funny story. So it was Eleanor's birthday last week, and I had told her, because I didn't feel like making a cake, I instead went to the store and bought all these flavors of ice cream and like gummy bears and sprinkles and
kids loved it.
Syrup and all the syrup, caramel and all the
they
things.
can make their own, right?
So I said we're gonna have an ice cream bar
instead
of cake. And so Matt's sister calls and was like, happy birthday, Eleanor. What are you doing for your birthday? And she is a 7-year-old and she goes, well, Mom's taking me to a bar. Dead serious.
Yeah.
And I was like, sitting there listening,
Like
and
you're
I was
confused.
like, what did I say to make her think I was taking her to a bar? And I was like, Aunt Susie, I'm not taking her to a bar, to be clear. And Eleanor's like, yes, you are.
Yeah.
And so
You said bar.
So then she thought we were going to an ice cream bar.
Oh,
which was really cute. And I was like, well, it's in our home. It's
we're gonna make it. We're gonna
I mean, she loved it. It was just, she is full of like not fully understanding.
She's like a walking Amelia Bedelia. Remember that child's book? Did you ever read it?
Yes, I honestly did.
She does that all the time. Where we'll say something and we'll kind of look at each other, and we think she's maybe doing it on purpose. Like she might be brilliant.
Yeah.
Or she's just really not. We're not sure.
Or not the brightest crayon in the box.
Right.
Oh no.
But she does make us laugh. That is
hysterical.
For darn sure. So
yeah.
Was that the one, that episode, whatever?
That she was here?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's that one. Right. I mean, the other day she talked about this doctor and she was like, isn't that the one that mailed Parker?
Oh yeah.
Mailed. We were like, mailed. Delivered.
Oh, do you deliver mail?
Right.
Right. Yeah. So she thought babies got mailed.
You've got mail.
Yeah. You've been delivered.
Like, her brain is, I don't know where her brain is.
That reminds me of some of our maybe older listeners. So this seriously, just work with me here. This reminds me of a Three Stooges episode where they say, grab the rooster bar. Rooster bar? Don't you mean crowbar? Don't a rooster crow?
Wow.
It's like, wait, what?
I did not see the Three Stooges reference coming.
Yeah.
Guys,
were you a big fan of the Three Stooges?
I really was.
Really?
No,
I never got into it.
My dad.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
I mean, big time. My dad had 2 brothers. One is older. It was 1 year older, and one is 1 year younger.
Yeah. So their literally, names Larry, Mo, and Curly?
Well, his name is Larry. No, my dad's name is Larry. Yeah. Quick plug: Larry at the Misfit Mentor.
There you go.
Nice.
His podcast. But no, so 3 guys within 2 years of each other.
Right.
Literally, they would just act out Three Stooges in the house.
Oh my gosh.
With real hammers.
Where is your grandma to like? I need to like hug her.
Right.
Oh boy.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. That's really funny.
Yeah. All right.
So that's my funny story. It's
awesome.
Eleanor's a nut.
Love it.
Yeah. So you have something coming up on Saturday. This is very exciting. I'm excited for you.
Yeah. I don't know if I've been more excited about a tournament. Maybe
this is fun stuff.
Maybe since nationals or something like that, going on a fun trip and stuff. But
I think because this is new too.
Yeah, this is new.
So tell us about it.
So it's a team tournament. It was put out there on Facebook. A friend that I've played against a couple times down in the Terre Haute, Indiana area. So it's like a 3-hour drive for us, a little over. put together a team tournament, and he called it the Superstar Shootout. So it had like a minimum rating that you had to have in order to qualify to play in this. And I like barely met it. I mean,
Duper rating.
Duper rating, yep.
And yours is
a 4.6, and you had to be.
But it was funny because like the day before, his was a 4.59. Because dupers are getting weird right now. They keep changing.
It fluctuates.
Yeah.
And so I was a 4.61, and then it dipped to like a 4.59, and so
you're like, I don't qualify.
I don't know if I qualify, and I wrote to him. He's like, no, I just checked it. You're a 4.6, and I'm like, oh, okay, it must have updated. So, anyways, I got in by the skin of my teeth.
Yeah.
So all that to say, I'm one of the weaker players in this tournament, but
that's what you want, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm gonna make the drive.
He's the Cinderella story.
That's right. So been talking with our team. So there was a draft. I got drafted. I did not confirm if I was the last pick in the draft or not. It is male and female. So
are you the Brock Purdy?
I might be. Mr.
Irrelevant.
That's my new nickname. Hopefully I don't get injured like Brock did.
Oh, jeez. No,
Sorry.
thanks.
Too soon?
Well, no. He did go 8-0.
Okay. I'll take it.
You'll take that part.
If we go 8-0,
Oh, my.
that'd be great.
So you're Team Gray.
Team Gray. So shout out to Team Gray. My fellow competitors are listening. I've been telling them I was going to talk about them on the podcast a little bit. So our captain is a gal from, I looked this up. She's over in Illinois, but like on the West Coast. There's no coast in Illinois.
Yeah.
What?
The west side of the state.
Wow, that's a long way.
Yeah.
West side, the best side.
Yeah. I can't remember the exact name of her town, but her name is Jules Gillum, and she is in her early 30s and just a heck of a player, like nearly a 5.0. She's our captain, and then she drafted who I think, if I know most of the names in this, I think she drafted the best guy, James Tapley. And James and I have been texting quite a bit. Super cool dude. Just love talking pickleball with him because he's all about strategy. I'm all about strategy. Yeah. And our games sound very similar. So I'll be interested to see how we play together because
you might run into each other.
We might. There's a very good chance we will run into
There's
each
going
other.
to be a crash.
He sounds like kind of a wild man, as I am on the court at times. But his philosophy is much like mine. Like, you want to keep it slow. You want to be patient. Wait for the right opportunities. So we've been talking a lot of pickle, texting back and forth, and looking forward to getting to play with him. And then the last gal is Paula Elmore, and she played against Abby and I at a tournament in December.
Oh, so you know her already.
So we know her a little bit.
I've
and
played
so
with her several times.
Yeah, so
awesome.
Very solid player as well. So it'll be, I think we've got a good team. We'll see how we do, and definitely next week I'll give a update.
I don't know what the format of this tournament
so
is.
It's really an MLP style tournament. And I've played in team tournaments before. This will be my third or fourth one that I've done, but this will be the first where it is a dream breaker, they call it.
Yeah.
So usually you play with a mixed partner and then the male partner, and then the women play together and the men play together. So there's like 4 possible games for every matchup you have. So you're playing against another team. There's 4 games that you have in your match. So you win it 4-0 or 3-1, it's game over, or you tie it, each win 2. Typically it's just like a tie. But in this format, then you go to what's called this dream breaker, where you're playing singles, which is totally different game.
Yeah.
That's so fun.
Yeah. So interesting. I'm not a huge singles player, so I don't think
But you've played. I mean, you know
played.
how to play.
Yeah. So I don't know if it comes down to that. I'll be a little nervous to see how we fare, but we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, I'll be excited to hear that.
It'll be a lot of fun.
Where is it?
It's down in Terre Haute, Indiana.
Okay.
So.
And you play in, from what I understand, possibly a cold environment in a bubble.
Absolutely.
Which could be, you need some tights
and long sleeves.
Thankfully,
the weather I did look is, in the 40s, 50s.
Okay.
So inside of this building, hopefully it won't be too cold.
Once you get moving.
Yeah. And I usually,
that'll be fun.
Yeah, I usually get hot.
Headband?
Outside. Definitely headband and hat. I'm a hat on backwards guy. Marcus, when he was on our last one.
Andy Roddick.
Yeah, he's
straight up.
Yeah, he said he's old school.
Yeah.
So
love it.
He must view me as a young hooligan.
You are a young hooligan.
Wearing my hat backwards.
You do always have a tan line, though. Like, you have a tan, rectangle
yes,
in your forehead.
Yeah. When I was a counselor at the Y for the kids program in the summer, I literally had a big, and I have a 5 head already. So, I don't have dreams. I have movies. One of those. I don't have a 4 head. I got a 5 head.
Right.
So it's bad. It's accented.
Right. So
even
you would
more.
have like a
it
big.
was like an apex.
Right.
Like, what is happening?
Oh man, golfers are the worst. They take their hats off and they're like pale white. Like it's just like ooh, not a good look.
Yeah.
Leave the hat on.
That's funny.
So, that's my upcoming tournament. Really excited about that,
Yeah.
and we'll give an update next week. See how we did.
Yeah. So I was perusing the internet the other day, and this is kind of our topic for the day. So
Okay, get us going.
this little quote was like a knife to the heart, if you will. Your skill isn't measured by how well you can play. It's measured by how consistently you play at that level. I was like, crap. So
you're not a 5-0, is that what you're saying?
nope.
Not quite.
I have moments of brilliance
I mean,
where I'm like, I'm a solid 5-0.
What is your duper as of now?
Mine's a 4-4.
And by the time this podcast comes out, it could be 4-5 or 4-3.
It could be any of those. I did check
It
not
might
too
have-
long ago, and
right.
it was like a 3-8. I'm like, what? So duper.
there
can
was
get-
a glitch in the
There was a
system with
glitch. There was a glitch that day. to be
Sure.
fair.
That's what you say.
I know. I was like,
mean, even if there wasn't, I'm saying that all day.
so I was like, hopefully it doesn't stay 3-8. But anyway, so I have moments of brilliance, then moments where it's like, have you played pickleball before, Abby?
Yeah.
So
But I honestly think 4-4 is pretty fair for you.
You think 4-4?
You do play at a higher level at times for sure, but consistency is king.
yeah.
Sure, that's what we want to talk about. So
So-
how do we
so
get?
what do we
consistent?
do?
Yeah. Let's take a quick commercial break, and then let's really get into that. That's going to be our topic today: is how can we get more consistent? And really, I like to say the name of this podcast topic is "Your Consistency is a Mindset." It's a mindset. All right, we'll be right back. Come join the fun at pickleballrocks.com, your trusted authority when it comes to all your pickleball needs. Apparel, paddles, bags, hats, you name it, you'll find it there. Family owned and operated for nearly 15 years.
Matt and I are growth pros for Pickleball Rocks, and for being a loyal listener of the One More Game podcast, we can offer you a 15% discount at checkout when you use the code MATB15. So head over to pickleballrocks.com and check it out. Let's play.
All right, welcome back to One More Game, presented by Hoosier Pickleball. So today we're talking about consistency and really getting into saying it is a mindset. We really think it's a mindset. So how do we play more consistently? Abby, talk to us maybe first about drilling.
Yeah, one of the things that I thought is the magic bullet, and it is drilling. So I've been drilling, but then I go to play and I'm like, I'm gonna be awesome now.
Which is so funny
because I've drilled 4 times.
When I first started playing pickleball, you hear people say that and watch YouTube videos, and they're like, people don't drill enough. You've got to drill more. And it's almost like hearing you got to eat your broccoli. It's like, okay, I get it.
But nobody
should.
does.
Yeah. Side note, family story. Our daughter Parker, that broccoli just made me think of this, ate more broccoli at the dinner table than I believe. If Guinness would have been there, I think she would have set the record. She downed this entire.
I do make a lot of broccoli.
She made a ton of broccoli, and Parker just went to town on it. It was super impressive. Follow-up story.
I'm not even mad.
No, it was impressive
Until the next day.
Until the next day, when I think all the broccoli made her sick.
She barfed.
And she threw it up.
Oh.
And I was the one that had to clean it up, and it was not a fun broccoli coming up. It's not good. Doesn't smell good, doesn't look good. Looks very similar to my drink, actually, now that I say that.
I'm sorry.
Getting a little queasy. Sorry. Side note, let's move on. But drilling
Thank you for cleaning it up.
Yeah, you're welcome. That was your Valentine's gift. And the flowers. I did get you flowers.
You did, because I asked.
Yes, because you did.
Matt said, I'm going to Trader Joe's. What would you like? And I was like, the gluten-free muffins and flowers.
Yeah.
Matt was like, oh, okay.
Well, listen. We right.
They're beautiful.
We are not
We're
gift givers. That is not our love language.
Neither one of us care.
Neither one of us.
So let's get into it then real quick. What's your love language?
We were talking about this at
People
the
wanna
office
know.
today.
First of all, I think love languages are very me focused. If you don't love me the way I demand to be loved, I think that's very selfish.
like that.
Not demand.
No,
It's the way that you take in love. It
Having
doesn't
said
mean
that-
you demand
I agree.
it.
I
So
agree.
hold on
I know,
now.
I agree, but I'm just saying there are people who will take that and run with it. So I always have to say, be careful with demanding people love you the way you demand to be loved.
Where did you get demand, though? I don't understand where this is coming from.
But I will say I feel
No, I
loved if Matt
completely
empties.
agree with her. Yeah.
If Matt empties the dishwasher or something, that does make me
Acts of
feel
service.
Acts of
loved.
service,
So
okay.
acts of service. Like, if
and
you
not
just,
that you would demand that he does
I
it.
wouldn't. But I can't walk around and be like, Matt did not empty the dishwasher. He must hate me
Right.
or whatever.
No, but
People
listen,
do that. People
if
do
That's
that.
what people do. I mean,
That's what people do.
no, that's not right.
It's not right. You're right.
So I'm not saying. I'm not
Hey, we're gonna have to break up over this.
We're finished.
so acts of service. Okay.
And what's yours?
Well, I'm a guy, so it's always
So, yep.
Well-
so it's physical touch.
Wah, wah.
No, that's not mine.
Oh, it's
Well,
not.
you're not married.
I was. Oh, that's why I didn't take.
You were married?
Man, this is the most interesting podcast we've ever done.
What?
Man, I should not have brought up the broccoli story.
I mean, this is fine
What's happening?
because people want to know this stuff.
People do.
I mean,
I
but
I actually didn't know you were married either.
in 2010, and it lasted about 18 seconds. It was 18 months. It felt like seconds.
Oh,
felt
I'm
like-
sorry.
Well,
I'm
at least
sorry,
it went
Adam.
fast. That means you were having fun.
So that's not what it means. That is the most genuine laugh
Matt said
that I've ever heard Abby. You know, like,
that
so
was
guys,
so nonchalant
I've been
and
producing
positive.
podcasts.
Means you're having fun.
I've been producing podcasts for a while, so let me tell you guys something. I know when there's fake laughter,
Right.
and I get it. It's for
Right.
the show.
For sure.
I will say, congratulations to Abby on her very first genuine laugh
That was amazing.
in her podcast history.
No,
like,
she genuinely
man,
laughs a lot,
like,
but that was just
but-
me being super funny. I nailed it. Sorry, Adam. Back to you.
nailed it. No, mine is words of affirmation.
You're
It
doing a great
tru-
job today.
Okay, even though that was joking, you don't
That's for
understand.
No, but
But you don't understand what that does. Like,
Yeah.
it really does. Like, so,
Adam, we appreciate you
We
and all
do.
your hard work.
and well, you're welcome. And of course, the touch is
Right,
there.
that's
But
fun.
Right.
But I will say number one truly is, which is what I enjoy giving. Do you guys have that factor going?
Sure.
That
Yeah.
you like to do
Yes.
acts of service now for him because
Yes.
it is your thing?
Yes, I think that's fair to say.
Yeah.
People speak the language they know.
And like you love to give her a massage for no reason because you
Absolutely.
enjoy touch?
Foot massage.
Real for
That's
real?
a lie. Liar.
I like to give her back rubs
For 10 seconds. Are we done yet?
Come on, you got
because
it.
80% of them.
Well, I am
I heard a stat
petitioning.
one.
We have 5
I'm-
kids, guys.
Well, that's fair. I am petitioning that he submits
Thank you.
longer.
Thank
of,
you. Thank you.
All
Are we
I'll
done
work
yet?
on that.
Okay. Sorry. Where are we here?
Do we need to
No.
take a break and
I
come
know.
back and
We
get
need
in
another
for real?
commercial
To
break?
refocus.
We
Br- Brought to
can.
you by Boudoir Noir. Are they a sponsor?
I don't know.
Okay, no, we're gonna get back on track. We were talking about
Woo, drilling.
pickleball drilling. Oh no, we can't use that then. You were not supposed to laugh out loud.
Yeah, that. Oh gosh.
We might have lost her. Okay.
Do we take a?
No, we're good.
We're-
We're gonna plug along. Abby might be a little red. I'll take.
Do I
over
turn
from
her
there.
mic off? Like,
I'm
You
getting
might
sweaty.
need to- you might have to edit that down. She like breathes
She
real,
is
like,
like
just screamed
as red
into
as
the
my
mic.
shirt.
Seriously, if you're not watching, I'm sorry. Just
I'm sorry.
picture a rose.
If you are listening on Spotify right now, hit
Yeah.
pause and just pick us up on YouTube
Yeah,
for this
seriously.
episode.
Check it
All
out.
right. I'm good now.
All right. Hey, if anything, we got you out of your grumpy mood, so
Okay.
that's
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And I got forehead sweat.
yeah.
Okay.
So, Abby,
well,
you-
no, what I was saying is I started drilling and then I was like, why am I not better right now?
Right.
Yeah.
But maybe it comes with time.
For
I'm
sure.
drilling on Saturday morning too.
You are
Yes.
good.
Did you know that?
No, I don't think. You
So
said
what do you? So I'm curious now, and again, I love being a part of this. As far as I'm asking, I think what the audience wants to know.
Mm-hmm.
that. Sure.
You know, in real time, what do you do when you drill, and for how long?
Yeah.
Do you really break a good sweat?
Adam,
Good question.
that is literally what I had next to talk about. You're
Wow.
Adam,
you're
so smart.
brilliant.
Adam, you are brilliant. You are a great producer.
Words of affirmation.
You are brilliant. I actually found, and there are lots and lots of different ways to drill, but I actually found this cooperative drill for 2 people from Simone on YouTube, and I can link it in the show notes. By the way, I feel like I have to say, you guys need to check out our show notes because there's so much good information I put in there.
Yeah.
So much good information.
You work hard on the show notes.
I do work hard on the show notes, and I just need you to go look at them.
Yep.
So I'm going to link this in the show notes, but it's basically a full court, 2 people, 1 hour cooperative workout. So
Holy cow.
there is some playing out the point where you want to beat each other.
Yeah.
Yes. But a lot of it is just trying to get into the dink and then getting into the third shots and the drives and the drops and resets and all of that as a twosome.
Yeah.
So we actually did it one morning. We went to the Y at 5 a.m. And we did that, and maybe that was Matt was having a grumpy day. You were grumpy. I loved doing it. Matt was like,
okay. First of all, it was 5 a.m. Second of all, it's interesting that you use the word cooperative because the balls, some were going over my head, some were 5-10 feet short that I had to go dive for them. They were not consistently coming back to me, and that's why I was a little grumpy, maybe.
Because I'm not perfect.
What's your love language? Let me try to make it up to you. You're doing a great job with this.
That's not my love
No,
language.
that's not. Yeah.
I was hitting 2 of them. I was touching you and telling you.
Neither one of
No.
those.
Acts of service.
Acts of service.
Go
yeah.
empty the dishwasher.
Yeah.
Let me take over this part of the podcast.
I will put your.
There you go.
Okay, I'll be quiet now.
But no, I do agree. Drilling is huge. And Adam, I know you kind of balked at 1 hour, but in all honesty, like
You're like, dude, I'm only playing for an hour and a half total.
no,
What are we doing here?
Yeah, I'd say the average session that we play is 2.5 hours. So if half of that time you can drill and work on something, that's great. I can't tell you how many times I've gotten together with somebody and we said, oh, we're going to drill. And it's like 10 minutes basically of a warm up, not really drilling. And it's like, oh, let's just play, because playing is quote unquote more fun. Although I'm kind of a nerd.
I'm enjoying drilling lately.
I really do enjoy drilling. I was like that as a golfer too. Give me my AirPods, I didn't have AirPods back when I was golfing, but let me listen to some music and let me just kind of go to the range, hit some balls around, work on my short game. So I do like that aspect of it. But an hour, man, if you could do that, and if you were serious about your pickleball game, if you could do that a couple times a week, you would definitely see your game increase.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I get to drill on Saturday morning with Sally.
Oh, good.
From 8 to 9. And then I play from 9 to 11:30.
Oh, man. Okay. Good to
It's going to
know.
be a great morning.
Thanks
Eat
for
your broccoli.
Thanks for letting me know.
You're going to be in Terre Haute.
Not till later. But
Oh.
It's all good.
You can come with me.
Okay.
Give her a massage.
I will.
His love language is
After
you
I-
can come play pickleball.
After I do the dishes.
That's your love language.
It
guys,
is.
Pickleball.
It is.
So let's get into consistency
Oh,
then.
goodness,
What makes somebody consistent? Is there a personality trait?
I think there is I think there's a personality trait.
Okay.
There's a patience personality trait. Is it patience?
Can that be learned?
Yes, because I am not a patient person.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I
you
feel
can
like
work
I've
on it.
learned. I feel like I've learned.
But you're getting more patient?
I think so. Do you think so?
I think so. Yeah. I would say.
But we all have moments of impatience.
You know what sucks about praying for patience?
Is you have to work on it.
You
Is you
then-
have 5 kids.
Then you get the things that make you practice the patience,
Right.
and it's not fun.
It's
Yeah.
not.
Yeah, but it
I know.
works.
Yeah.
So I thought of, is it similar? I found this quote too. Good players make great shots. Great players make good shots. And to me, that is a mindset.
Interesting.
Like the ability to not go for the great shot because
Inevitably,
now listen,
you're gonna
high
miss
risk,
some.
high
Yeah,
reward. I
sure.
get that. There are moments where you should be high risk, high reward. But do you think 90% of your game should just be the good, steady shot?
Right.
And is that a personality trait, a mindset?
Yeah. And for 99% of our listeners, if you want to get to that next level, be more consistent, right?
Be more patient.
Yeah.
Don't try to make the great
The
shot.
only people who are consistently hitting great shots are pros, and you're not going to be a pro.
No.
So learn to
Are you
hit
talking to me?
all of us.
He looked right at you.
No, I was actually looking.
did.
I was really talking to myself because I need
Giving
to hear
yourself
that.
a pep talk.
Yeah. I think there's a mindset.
Yeah.
And then I think that ability to like dig deep. And what I mean by dig deep is like settle down.
Right.
Like you've done a few terrible things.
Yeah.
Take a second. I usually try after a rash of poor mistakes.
Yeah.
Is like, say I'm serving. I hold the ball for almost like the whole 10 second you get to serve.
Yeah.
to like reset. Or if I'm receiving, I'll turn my back for like 5 seconds to just reset.
Right. And, digging deep comes from adversity as well, right?
Yeah.
You learn to dig deep when you've gone through tough things.
Right.
So that
on the pickleball court and off the pickleball court.
And probably more so off. I kind of talking about mindset. There were 3 things that really popped out to me as I was preparing for this that I wanted to share. First is one that our friend Marcus Woodhouse on our last episode.
Go listen to that.
Yep, absolutely do.
Wow.
Good morning. Good
Not even mad.
Okay. But he's actually said this both times he's been here, and that's be a goldfish. And that's for those of you that don't know, that's from Ted Lasso. A goldfish has a memory of about 10 seconds. So goldfish forget things. So they make a mistake, they forget it, and they, go on to whatever goldfish do.
Like Dory.
Yeah, just keep swimming. But I love that. But at the same time, I want to say, learn from your mistakes. Because if all you do is forget your mistakes and continue to make the same ones,
right?
There's a limit to that. But it is a good, especially if you're somebody who beats yourself up over mistakes, forget it. Okay. The other one, second one, is something that my dad used to always say to me when I was golfing competitively, and he'd say FIDO. And that's FIDO, stands for forget it, drive on. And so I actually looked this up and found an article, and I guess we could link it in the show notes. I think it's behind a paywall of The Athletic is a website, but you can sign up, I think, for free for that. But if you just Google FIDO and Austin Dillon. So Austin Dillon is a NASCAR driver who had a guy by the name of Lieutenant Patrick McCleary III speak. I looked this guy up, and he is incredible. This guy was a Vietnam veteran who lost his left eye, his left arm, has had like 40-some surgeries. And his message, he actually has a bunch of these different acronyms, but one of them is FIDO. And so I'm pretty sure that's even where my dad got it from, which I thought was kind of cool.
Yeah.
So just that whole mentality of something happens, you're going to just keep going. And this guy's been through it all, and he's just an absolute stud. But anyways, he was speaking to a group. He's been a motivational speaker, even since the 80s, just talking about his story. And Austin Dillon heard him, and he actually put it in his NASCAR. I'm not a huge NASCAR guy, so I don't know if you call that your
car?
On your car.
I know how to spell race car backwards. That's all I know.
Is it race car?
Yeah.
Oh, good job.
I was like,
Abigail, you really didn't know.
I didn't know that.
But anyways, he had that kind of as his motto in a couple of years ago when he was very successful. I don't know if he ended up winning the championship or whatever, but that was kind of his mindset of if we're making mistakes on our team with the pit crew, with whatever, we're just going to forget it. We're going to keep on going.
That's probably good for parenting too.
It sure is. Yeah. So
When you
really
give
like
a crappy Valentine's Day gift.
I know, and they all hate me for it.
Yeah. And one more side note.
Yeah.
Austin Dillon is an avid pickleball player.
But bum.
Full circle. My favorite quote, though, is actually from Rory McIllroy, who is a golfer. And I'm going to adapt it a little bit here, but he says, don't let your golf affect your attitude. Let your attitude affect your golf. So if we change that to pickleball and say, don't let your shots affect your attitude, let your attitude affect your shots. In other words, be positive.
That's good.
Oh, it is.
Well, and I have some other things that we'll talk about probably in a future podcast, but this just brings to mind something that requires zero effort and zero skill is using powerful or whatever body language. So don't be the one on the court with the shoulders slumped. You put your head down, rolling your eyes, looking at your partner. Just be the one who's intimidating because you look like you cannot be swayed. Yeah. Even though maybe you're having a head moment. Yeah. But don't look like it.
I love that because think of who that conveys a negative message to. For your opponent. Yeah. Yourself and your partner.
Right.
I mean, you're killing your
right.
Your
opponents know they're in your head.
Yeah.
Your partner's discouraged.
Yeah. And you're not going to perform. And you're not going to perform at your best. So it's good. And these are things that are great for me to hear because I'm my biggest critic. I'm real hard on myself, and I can let one point affect multiple ones. But using that FIDO, forget it, move on, and don't let my attitude affect my shots. let my shots affect my attitude.
I actually used to do that in cross country and track because I was never the fastest and best runner, but I was very strong and I was determined I was going to look like I was not tired. So people were going to be like gasping for air and gritting their teeth. And I was like, I'm going to look stronger than every single one of you and get in your heads. And so like I adapted that even as a weirdo 17-year-old.
Did it work?
I don't know. I went to state a couple times.
Yeah,
so
that's awesome. Last thing to kind of talk about in this is just this whole concept of visualization.
Yeah.
The name
It feels
of that,
weird
yeah,
to say this visualization stuff.
right.
It's called The Inner Game of Tennis. Is that what you're talking about?
The Inner Game of Tennis is a book that somebody gave us, but is really related to pickleball as well. And even in our instruction, we'll talk about this, is seeing the shot before you hit it. And I think this almost pertains more to practice and drilling than it does in the game. In the game of golf, where I came from, you have time to set up for a shot. You can really visualize the shot you're going to hit. You know, you can't do that before every shot you hit in pickleball. You don't have the time. But when you practice and are trying to get into that frame, how do I really, hit a forehand and get into that? I think visualization can be really key.
It does. It works. And because the point of the book is, if I'm, your coach, Matt, and I'm like, well, get your shoulder up just a notch, but drop your left knee and whatever, like people can't understand all of those instructions.
Analysis paralysis or whatever.
Yeah. But if you're like, hit the ball do what you need to do to hit the ball 2 inches above the net.
Yeah.
And then channel how that felt. How did that feel? Do that feeling again.
Yeah.
And again.
Yeah. Feel it.
Feel it. Yeah. And
Feel
that's
the
what I do.
flow.
When that shot that I just hit felt good, I'm like, remember that muscle memory. Like, get some muscle memory with that feeling.
Yeah.
And I say that a lot in the lessons I give. Did you feel how that felt? That looked amazing.
Yeah.
Did you feel it? Channel
Replicate
that.
Replicate that feeling.
So, yeah, I mean, there's a lot to think about when it comes to like consistency. Another thing that I had even thought of too is just, and we kind of touched on it, but I'll just say it again, what have you seen in your life? Have you, experienced some adversity personally? How old are you? Like I get to play in the 19 plus division several times because like Josh is 33, so we have to play in the 19 plus. And it might be my favorite division because these children cannot keep cool heads. They like lose their minds. And, I've kind of joked, like, I'm too old to be a head case. I have my moments. I'm a head case sometimes, but I've seen too much, guys. And so I'm like, I have the perspective of.
Yeah. I agree with you. There's a lot of times that I think the 35 plus division is stronger because of experience. And part of that experience is overcoming adversity for sure.
Yeah. That was good.
All right, let's put a bow on that whole topic. But if you guys have any other thoughts or comments or good quotes, I always love a good quote. Please leave it in the comments, either on Facebook.
Another thing you can do is send us a voice message. If you open like there's a voice message in your phone, and then you can email that to us, and then we can play it on the podcast.
Ooh, I'd love that.
How fun would that be?
Yeah, send us some messages.
So do that. Any message.
Yep, and that's send it to us at HoosierPickleball@gmail.com. Yep. All right, so we always end with something we love. Abby, what's something you love?
Well, I said actually this to my children this morning. I said, because I was frustrated. We've all understood that. I came in a little out of sorts today. And I said, so many people tell me that, you're going to miss these years when they're gone. And I told my children, guys, I want you to know that I will. I will miss you because I love you so much. I will not miss your messes. And they were like,
yeah.
So I love my children and I want them to know that.
Yep. And I love you. It is Valentine's Day. We are recording this on Valentine's Day. So I will say I love you. I love you too. I will give Adam some words of affirmation and say we appreciate you as well and everything you've done to kind of help
get us going.
But the thing I'm really loving right now is my shirt. So if you're watching on YouTube, this is our Hoosier Pickleball shirt.
Dude, that is killer.
Who designed that logo?
Somebody I know.
I love the
Somebody I
blue
love.
mesh like color.
Yeah,
It
it's
just fits. I love it.
it's so comfortable.
It's a tri-blend.
Too. It is a tri-blend.
I love
Very
tri-blend shirts.
comfortable.
Those are my favorite.
So we are going to give away a couple of these. So anybody who leaves a comment, 5-star rating on iTunes or anywhere else, we will put you in a drawing and we'll give away one men's and one women's t-shirt.
Ooh.
And we will announce that at our next.
When we decide.
Yeah, it'll be a couple weeks. We'll let you know.
Our life is crazy, guys.
Yes.
We can make no promises.
No promises.
They didn't even promise me a shirt yet, so calm down, guys.
We'll get you one. Oh, your love language isn't gifts though, so otherwise we probably would
If
have.
it's blue and yellow like UCLA colors, it is.
Oh, UCLA.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, thanks again. We love all of our listeners as well. So thanks for listening, and we will see you next time. As always, we want to thank our sponsors, Hoosier Pickleball, Indiana Physical Therapy, and Pickleball Rocks. In addition, a big thank you to our production company, Coraggio Media, and the 95.7 WELT studio in beautiful downtown Fort Wayne. Please make sure to subscribe wherever you get your podcasts or find us on YouTube at One More Game Pod. That's the number 1 More Game Pod. Hit that subscribe button and be sure to leave us a 5-star rating to help us spread the word. You can also find us on Facebook and TikTok at Hoosier Pickleball for all kinds of fun, tips, tricks, and other family nonsense, and also some great discussion. Thanks for listening, and we will see you next week.